we go. And we're rolling.
Oh.
Steady.
Easy.
Everybody, on my left is Mr. Jamie Humphries, and I can't believe that I'm in a video with him. This man is responsible for me, a lot of my guitar playing from the magazines he's been in the past, and for some reason he's not really entered into YouTube that often, and now he is. We are lucky enough to have him on YouTube, and I'm lucky enough to have him on my channel, explaining to me the pedal Juliana from Walrus Audio.
Splendid.
Here it is. Here it is. It's gonna get there. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
So, Jamie, welcome.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. And I got to say, a huge thank you to Andy. I've had a YouTube channel for 10 years and had like one video on it for 9 of those years because of doing other things and putting things on other people's YouTube. Doing other things, but always being on other people's YouTube channels and never my own. And it was Andy who's kind of gone, you need to do this, mate. And you are the reason I'm here, meeting all these wonderful people and having a lot of time and having Henning taking the Michael out of me constantly. But
what we do. It's what we do.
Yeah, it's
a pleasure.
Fun. Yes.
Genuine pleasure. And watching this, go and check out what Jamie does. You'll see by this video if you like him or not. So it's not a test, but it is.
No pressure then.
So we're here talking about the Juliana, which is going to float back on the screen now.
There it is.
It looks familiar, Jamie. Is it based on anything? Could it be the Julia?
I think it might be, actually.
It might be the Julia, or also from Walrus Audio, funnily enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick one up. It's just here.
Yes.
And it's a stereo Julia, is what it is.
Yes.
And I have a rather big bombshell to crash here. I don't really like chorus.
I love chorus. I use far too much chorus.
But you're an 80s child?
I wish. No, I've always liked. I'm more into my 90s music, to be honest with you. But my favourite guitar players are Ty Tabor and I like Andy Summers and Dave Gilmour and Brian May and Eddie Van Halen and all these guys. I find use chorus in such a creative way, and it's such a part of their sound.
So that's the problem. I'm either washing the whole sound in chorus or having it. I quite like a subtle chorus where it's just very slowly, and even on acoustic guitar I quite like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm very excited because I did actually really enjoy the Julia, and now there's 2 Julias in one. So I thought that having 2 Julias in one might be better than one.
A double Julia.
More is more, right?
In more is more, yeah. Indeed.
So when you've got an event such as 42 Gear Street Part 2, and you have such amazing players such as Sam Bell, Jack Gardner, and of course Ross Campbell, and they're busy, you just go and get Jamie Humphries to join you in the video. And without anything, let's just let's hear the Juliana. I just wanted to do a slightly different video and spend time with Jamie-ana. Have you got a clean tone there, sir?
I have a clean tone there. Are you going to turn the knobs?
I am going to knob you right up. Well, that's beautiful already.
It is beautiful, but I was going to say, let's now hear it with the button.
I can't say I'm converted yet, but that is beautiful.
It's a lovely sound, isn't it?
All right, that's a sound. It's a good sound.
It's a good sound.
See, I once had a Valve Estate Marshall amp,
Okay.
back in the early 90s or
Yes.
mid-90s.
Yeah.
And my dad was very supportive, and he bought me this amp.
Yes.
There was the 100 watt version, which did reverb and
chorus.
two channels. There was a 2x2 which did chorus, and I went for the 1x2 because I said I would never need chorus. So I want you to prove me wrong. You know?
Okay.
I mean, I'm also a massive Nirvana fan, and we've got "Come As You Are" very well known.
And obviously the kind of that wobbly effect.
And wobbly wobbly.
Yeah. So what would be really nice, actually...
What can I do for you, mate?
Let's put the pedal on screen. Look at that. Let's try, because what you've got, obviously you've got the rate, you've got the depth, and you've got the lag control. I can't really remember what that one does, but I know that the rate and the depth, it's going to make more chorusing of some description, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But then, the one thing that really I love about this is the control that you got your thumb over at the moment, Andy, that the viewers can't see.
Ta-da!
There it is. You've got the dry, centre, and then vibrato. So if you dial it all the way down towards the D, what that will give you...
Just going to give you the D, Jamie?
It is going to give me the D, that's it. So it's going to give you dry on one side and wet on the other. We're actually running into the Tone King combo behind us. And behind Andy, if he moved his hair, we have the Friedman Steve Stevens head, and then we're going into the two notes, and so that's how we're splitting our chorus. But what we're going to have is dry on one side, wet on the other, which gives us a really nice... kind of subtle. It's a nice sound.
See, that sound I'm into. That's beautiful.
So let's turn the lag control, put the lag and the depth in the middle. I like that sound. Know what I can play? The Alice in Chains rooster sound straight away. Oof.
Saucy.
Saucy.
It would be false of me to say that I'm converted so far, but I think the stereo chorus is a big difference to mono chorus.
Yeah, I agree.
And having that dry signal there, so it's kind of my ear thinks it's out of tune, and it's just so against what I'm used to hearing. But having that dry signal there, and then having the wet on the other side, my ear has something. It's like 50-50, quite literally. That my ear's going, okay, we're safe, but there's something pretty.
Well, the thing I really love about running effects like this, and we've spoken about the Brian May tone and stuff over the last few days. All of the guitar players, well, not all of the guitar players, but many of the guitar players that I gravitate to their tone, Brian May, Eddie Van Halen, have all experimented with wet, dry, wet. So what you then have is this separation, your chorus, left and right, and 100% wet, and then you have your dry signal in the middle. Another guitar player that I absolutely love is Steve Morse, who runs a dry, is it a dry wet, or so it's a variation on it, but it's basically a dry, and then there's a wet. No, it's dry, wet, dry. That's it. So we have dry cabs on the outside and wet in the middle. I've experimented with a stereo rig years ago where I had the wet and dry. So you're getting the separation because it's not trying to push the effect into your dry signal in a mono environment. You are keeping one side completely dry and then the detune in the other. And I think it gives you separation, and it also gives you a much more appreciation of the sound of the chorus.
I think I've just realised what it might be. That I very rarely play without singing at the same time. So if I'm trying to pitch from the guitar and the guitar's wobbling all over the place, then what am I pitching to?
Exactly.
I've just had that revelation listening to what you explained about the dry, wet, wet, dry, wet.
Yeah, wet, dry, wet is the Brian May, Eddie Van Halen. Steve Morse is the
Dry, wet, dry.
dry, wet, dry. Yeah.
That's a revelation for me, Jay.
There you go, mate. There you go. No,
let's hear a bit more from the pedal. Can we do something a little bit more up tempo? You know, because I'm loving this minory.
Put it on the middle setting of that blend. So instead of on the D, now put it in the middle.
So in C.
Yeah, so we get like. See, now that is more of a chorus effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can now adjust the rate and the depth according. Can I tell you my most embarrassing gig moment ever?
Please tell us your most embarrassing gig moment ever.
When I played in the Australian Pink Floyd show, I was in a very large arena in America, and I just played all the solo intro to Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and it really was my ego moment. The crowd's cheering, probably 20, 30,000 people in the arena. I'm standing there on the middle of this stage, big mirror ball behind me, all the spotlights. I finish the solo and the crowd is erupting. They know it's about to happen. Those famous 4 notes. And when you do that, normally it's like, I dropped my pick and I went, played it the wrong way round. And there was this kind of stunned sort of... and my guitar tech was at the side like this. It was without a doubt one of the most...
There are people in the control room laughing
and that is a true story. But it was without a doubt the most embarrassing moment. Imagine that, just kind of standing there all like, hey, check me out, baby. I'm going to play those 4 notes. And just the shame. So, yeah.
No amount of chorus will save you from
No amount of chorus and delay will ever save you. You have failed. There you go.
What did you do to recover?
Cried.
Yeah, but you must have gone back in the song, of course.
I just kind of stood there as if, and I just rewrote it. What's the matter with you? I just did it again, and the drummer, I could see my friend Paul, the drummer of Ozzy Floyd, just wobbling his head behind the toms as he'd ducked down. Yeah, I took that.
Can you give us one more Jamie Humphries rendition of it, please?
That's what it was like. The pick slipped, and I didn't skip the strings. It was absolutely awful, but there you go. It happens to the best of us.
Thank you, mate, for sharing that.
Yeah.
But of course, you play so many gigs, you're going to sometimes...
Nose it up.
Yeah. I'm going to do something that I don't know what it does. I'm going to put it on V mode, and I don't know what that is.
It goes a little bit wobbly.
So the vibrato.
Yeah, so if you speed up the rate and the depth, we can get... It's kind of giving you that sort of vibrato sound. Or if you... what's that? The Stevie Ray Vaughan thing. Yeah. So it's kind of giving you that sort of slight vibrato effect.
So that's why I'm taking the money riff was on the money.
It was on the money. If I'd have gone onto the bridge pickup. Yeah.
Tell you what.
What's that, mate?
Coming around.
You're liking it, aren't you?
I am liking it. I'm
You're
coming
digging
around.
this, eh?
I mean, you put me in a good mood anyway, so I'm open. I'm waiting for you to sell it to me. I'm.
Well, hand me the money. You can have it.
I can have this one, can I?
If you pay me.
What do you want for it?
Tenner.
Deal. Special Jamie Humphries deal. 42 Gear Street 2. there's several things we haven't talked about. The shape on it, so that's going to change the waveform.
Yes.
We started off, we were on this very hard waveform, right at the bottom.
Random. That's Henning's favourite one. And because I want to be fed tonight, I agreed with him.
That's random, is it?
Yeah, random.
Okay, that's why I was like, is that triangular? Because, of course, I read the manual. In the middle, we've got, what's that one? That's more triangular-y, hard wave. So it's more on, off, on, off, on, off, on. And then we've got more whooshy wave. I slowed that. I love that little sort of minor thing you were doing at the beginning. And, yeah, and that's going to be quite soft and nice.
Oh, I played wrong chord. Yeah.
Just to, now that my ear's accustomed to the tone,
Yes.
can we do that again? I'm just going to turn the pedal off. I'll do it on and off.
Okay, yeah.
So we can just hear that subtle.
Now I remember it goes to B minor and not C sharp minor. Here we go.
Do you know what? I love that.
Plug in the little lead on the side.
I'm plugging it right in, son.
Right. Hold down the bypass and the tap together and turn up the rate and the depth.
Can I do the rate and depth first?
Yeah, just turn them both up. That's it.
Holding it
no,
down?
you hold them down as you turn them up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold them
course.
down both together.
Yeah,
turning
turn
up the rate
those
and the
up,
depth.
turn those up.
They're
Now,
up.
yeah, let go. Right, now we've got the expression pedal. Unplug the expression pedal. Okay, so now take your rate control and put that around about 11 o'clock, something like that. Hold the bypass switch down, keep it held down, and turn the rate all the way up. That's it, take your finger off. Now put the rate back to approximately where it was. I'm going to play, and as I'm playing, if you then put your finger, Andy, on the tap button, hold it, it's going to ramp up a bit like a Leslie, and then when you let go, it will slow down. So I'm going to play that kind of Floydian thing again.
That's an extremely creative use of a pedal's
Really,
features
really cool.
without making it too complicated.
Yeah, now put the depth control at about 10 o'clock. Put your finger on the bypass and hold it down. Turn the depth control all the way up. That's it. Now what we're going to have is like a drift. Take your finger off, and as I play, the chorus intensity will just change. Obviously, you know, the more that people who hopefully purchase this pedal, because I think that is fantastic, you know, you can experiment with the different sort of degrees of subtlety and extremities. But yeah.
What's your, we've got a few minutes left before we get kicked out of here, but
Yep.
what's your go-to chorus pedal at the moment?
My go-to chorus pedal at the moment is, I don't have a go-to, well, I guess my go-to chorus pedal is either an EVH MXR stripy one, but that's a bit of a,
Is that just because it matches your shoes? Or?
Indeed, it does match my shoes, yeah, so, and my underpants. But
I know, I've seen. It's horrible.
indeed. But my main chorus, believe it or not, is a rack mount Line 6 Modulation Pro. I've loved that.
Very nice.
I've used that for years, but then I will also use the Wampler Terraform because I think the choruses on that are really nice. But
here it comes.
I hope to take one of those back with me. I really like that pedal.
There's one right there, mate.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
I'll pop it down there. Look,
yeah.
It's like we're meeting
yeah.
secretly.
This is my new favourite pedal, and now it's looking at the side. There we go.
Right, well, the Perspex sheet has started to wobble right over on top of me now, mate. Thank you for your time, your playing, and your creepy eyes.
Thank you for your haircut, your glasses, and your wonderful T-shirt.
Thank you. I'll get you one if you want.
I would love that.
$12.99.
I need to clean the windows.
Before you do stop watching this video, I urge you to check out the Juliana, because I'm not going to say it's converted me, but I found the things that Jamie's been doing beautiful and nice to listen to. So maybe I can translate to me playing as well. And also, before you leave, go and check out Jamie's channel, because he's awesome, as you've seen in this video. And Jamie, pass the test.
Thank you very much, mate.
42 Gear Street, thanks to everybody, especially Henning and all the brands, for making this possible. Go and check out the other content, and I will see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.